All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, the Philadelphia Eagles took the field today for the NFC wildcard game, and they were playing with house money. I mean, Nick Sirianni is in his first season as the head coach of the Eagles, while at least for this season, they've given the keys on offense to quarterback Jalen Hurts. Now, you can make the case that the Eagles overachieved this season as they went 9-8. They secured a wild card in the NFC, but unfortunately for the Eagles, their season came to an end today as they simply ran into a team that would not be denied. Now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the defending Super Bowl champions. And after taking everyone's best shot during the regular season, as the defending champs usually do, the Bucs showed today that they are more than ready for the second season to begin. Now, we saw the Bucs take the opening drive today and they marched right down the field on a scoring drive that culminated with a 2-yard run from running back Gio Bernard. Now, Tampa went on to dominate the first quarter as they were up 14 to nothing after the end of the first frame, and that was important because by getting up early on the Eagles, the Bucs made Jalen Hurts one-dimensional as he was limited as a runner, and he was simply going out there and trying to beat the Bucs with his arm, and that is not what Jalen Hurts can do. Today, Hurts was 23 of 43 passing for 258 yards, with most of that coming when the outcome of this game was already solidified. And he threw a touchdown late in this contest, but he was also picked off twice. And Jalen Hurts is very fortunate because Jalen Hurts could have easily thrown 4 or 5 interceptions this afternoon. That cover two, the Tampa two, was simply too much for him. It was to the point where, you know what, in a lot of third and long situations, you saw the Bucs just drop 7 or 8 guys back, and Jalen Hurts just doesn't have the arm strength to get it there and zip it into those tight windows. We saw some safety blitzes from the likes of Antoine Winfield Jr. as well. And honestly, Hurts just never really picked up on it consistently. And we saw that today. Now, on the flip side, for the Bucs, it was all about Tom Brady. And you know what Tom Brady does in the postseason, and all he simply does is win. Today, Brady was 29 of 37 for 271 yards with a pair of TDs, no picks. And he went to Mike Evans a lot, as Evans had 9 grabs for a buck 17. Now, the Bucs, they played with a sense of urgency, and that was to be expected. You expect that from a team that has Brady at quarterback. I mean, this team wanted to run it back. That's all we heard during the offseason. And they played like it for the majority of the year. They had some bumps in the road, which is to be expected, but they were able to turn it up a notch and a half today to get it going, and that was important. They're going to have to run the football a little bit better. We saw some injuries as well on the offensive line in this game, so the Bucs are going to try to see if they can get healthy, get some reinforcements, possibly with the likes of Leonard Fournette back for next week, and that's going to be very important as the Bucs look to try to repeat as Super Bowl champions. The Bucs, honestly, they were ready from the word go today, and there's no other way to describe it. They took care of their business like a team that is focused on trying to win again. Obviously, it's easier said than done as far as winning the Super Bowl, but the thing is, you have to. It doesn't like you can't win the championship if you don't win your first playoff game first and foremost. Obviously, there's still plenty of work ahead for the Bucs, as there is for every other team that is still alive in this tournament, so to speak. But the Bucs, they got off to a strong start today. They're still waiting to see who they are going to face in the second round. It could be Dallas, it could be Arizona, it could be Los Angeles. We'll have to wait and see who the Bucs are going to host next weekend. And this is right here. This is why it was important that the Bucs took care of their business last week, because with the Rams loss, the Bucs were able to move up in the pecking order. They don't have home field advantage throughout, but you do have at least 2 straight weeks where you're going to have a home playoff game. And that's important because now, for example, if the Bucs face the Rams, the Bucs don't have to travel to Los Angeles. Now the Rams, who have to play tomorrow night, would have to travel to them should they win, or Arizona come in there, or Dallas come in there. So that factors in a lot right there. Not saying obviously if you have home field advantage you're going to win, but nonetheless it's a little bit different when you have to get on that flight and travel cross country for a game, and when you simply don't. On the flip side for the Eagles, again, I like I said, they came into this year playing with house money. Nobody knew what to expect from Nick Sirianni. Nobody knew what to expect for Jalen Hurts as the full-time starting quarterback for the Eagles. He's 9-10 overall. Once you factor in the games that he started for the Eagles last season, Hurts is good, but honestly, I don't think he's a long-term answer for the Philadelphia Eagles at starting quarterback, just because he's not able to consistently make enough plays in the pocket for this team to win. And I think that showed up today on the playoff stage. You look at it, Jalen Hurts had, it could have been a lot worse than it was. We saw this Eagles team overall make mistakes, and the majority of their mistakes were on the offensive side of the ball. I think their defense did a solid job today, but the interceptions from Hurts, the muffed punt by Jalen Rager, that was huge because you're down 17-0. You just stopped the Bucs on their first drive of the second half, and it looks like, you know what, you're going to get some momentum for yourself because your defense was playing hard. Your defense was keeping you in the game, and I know that fans in Philadelphia, they're kind of getting frustrated, to say the least, with Jalen Rager. We saw all of those wide receivers go in the first round in 2020. And what makes it worse for the Eagles is right after Jalen Rager was selected, the Vikings went next and took Justin Jefferson. And of course, we've seen what Justin Jefferson has become in a very short period of time. And I guarantee you, the Eagle fans are looking at that and saying, well, you know what? That guy should have been here and not Jalen Rager. But when you have a muff punt in a key situation like that, and then it allows the Bucs to go and score another touchdown, and really at that point put the game out of doubt because it's 24-0. So that puts you in a bind right there. So there are going to be some questions on offense, and it's going to start at the quarterback position. Is Jalen Hurts your long-term guy? And that's important because the Eagles have 3 first-round picks in the upcoming NFL draft. So there's a lot of different ways that Philly can go. I think they're in a position to really set themselves up for the next couple of years going forward and coming out of this draft smelling like a rose. So year one of Nick Sirianni obviously ended with a loss for the Eagles. You still have to be happy with the direction that they're going in if you're an Eagles fan. And on the flip side for the Bucs, this is what you wanted to do. You wanted to be in this situation. You took care of your business from the word go today. They're advancing. Now they have the opportunity to sit back and see who their opponent is going to be for next weekend, whether it be Saturday or Sunday. We'll have to wait and see. But the Bucs are moving on. Tough end to a good season for the Philadelphia Eagles, and let's just see how they rebound from this. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take the time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out, drop a line, and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.